Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're at. Yesterday, I filmed an entire hour's worth of footage, went to upload it and edit it, and half of it is out of focus. Awesome. So today we are going to do a much quicker makeup rendition than I did yesterday, and hopefully this footage is good to go. If you want to watch me go from this to this, then keep on watching as talk about a little bit of nonsense, but I wouldn't have it any other way, and I bet you guys wouldn't either. So enjoy. As you have probably noticed, I'm sitting on my floor in my bedroom. I've been in quarantine for 2 weeks, and I honestly I needed something new, a new place to sit, a new place to just vent. And if you know me, you know that I like to sit in really weird places that don't really make sense. So I'm currently sitting on my bedroom floor doing my makeup. Without further ado, I figured it would be kind of fun to recap my 2020 with you guys. Now, most of you know, if you watched any of the other videos that I posted since I've been back from deployment, that the start of my 2020, the first 6 months or so, weren't that bad. And then we got to July and everything changed. July was when the accident with my roommate happened. She ended up moving back to Chicago and being with her family, so by the time I got home, she wasn't here. I still talk to her frequently though, and she's actually doing pretty well. Near friends and family, she took her car with her, her cat, and I had to rehome my dog. There was no border in the city of Las Vegas that would take him for 6 months. Mind you, I was still supposed to be deployed for 6 more months when this accident happened. They didn't want to take the risk of his behavior changing. I get it. It's very traumatizing to be away from your owner for that long. My husky that I had to rehome is very aggressive, and I didn't want to take the liability where a kid or even another human could be harmed. I didn't really have a lot of options at that point, so I found him a new home, someone that's in Las Vegas. Ultimately, it was best for him. I already had 2 other dogs, and this husky kind of sort of kept attacking my dogs, I guess you could say. Unfortunately, I had to let him go, as much as that sucked, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Rocky, say hi to the camera. Not me, the camera. This is Rocky, and this is my lab, who sheds way more than my husky does. Nobody ever freaking believes me. Anyway, so I don't even think I blended my nose. So August comes and goes. August was the month I got to come home. Couldn't wait to see my dogs. My parents brought my dogs down to me from Iowa. They drove my car. Why would my life go smoothly? You know, something had to happen. It's just Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and it did. My lab jumped out of a moving vehicle. Rocky has really bad separation anxiety, and when they kept talking about bringing him home, he just got too excited and jumped out the freaking window. It was terrible. The bottom of his feet were ripped up. It wasn't a good time. I had my babies with me, and my parents ended up staying with me for about 10 days. We celebrated my dad's birthday here. He had a good time. Didn't really do a whole lot because of COVID, so we had restrictions in place, but we did go out to eat a couple of times. I got to go to my favorite brewery here in Vegas, which is Big Dog's Brewery. My dad loves the beer there. It's a Wisconsin-themed bar. If you're in Vegas, I highly suggest that you go visit that place. You can even bring your dog. Very, very, very dog-friendly. So August was also the month that I went and picked up my Varus kit, and finally it's on the car. I'm so excited. I can't show you though because it's not done, and I promised I wouldn't spoil it. I met a really cool guy that I've been chit-chatting back and forth with on Instagram for a couple of years now. I finally got to meet him. We've hung out quite a bit since then. He lives in San Diego, so I've gone out there a couple times. He's come and visited me in Vegas, and his family lives in Phoenix, and I went down there and we went to Sedona. Sedona was amazing. If you've ever wanted to go to a wine country, a lot of people think about Napa Valley, and let me tell you, you guys sleep on Sedona. I'm gonna go do my brows off camera real quick, and then I'll be right back. We are back, and the brows are filled. Back and the brows are filled. Back and the brows are filled. Back and the brows are filled. Okay, that was obnoxious. That came from Manny MUA. That was not of my own accord, so I forgot my brow gel. 1 second. Word of advice, if you do use this, make sure that your eyebrow hairs are exactly where you want them to be, because they will not go anywhere. And I know people say it's just clear mascara, and they could be right. I don't know the formulation of it. All I will say is I've never used brow gel quite like this, and I've used quite a few brow gels. We're gonna do bronzer and blush first, so here we go. September, I spent a lot of time in San Diego with You saw that, right? You saw it. September came, spent a lot of time in San Diego, like I said. And October is actually when I went to Sedona with my friend. That is when my kit got officially put on my car. And my friend had FaceTimed me while I was in Sedona, actually, to tell me that my kit was on. And he showed me, and it was really cool. So shout out to Chris for putting my kit on my car. Man, we are gonna sit there and talk once I get my car back about the difference in pros and cons of paint versus wrapping your car. Oh, I had so much bad luck with wrapping my freaking car. Jeez, I went through 2 wraps in 2 years. I figured it'd be low maintenance. I wouldn't really have to worry about it too much. I first wrapped my car white because my car is originally black, and I didn't want a black car in Vegas because it was hot, and you know, black cars are really hard to keep clean. Why I decided to go with white, I don't know, because that's also really hard to keep clean. I'm full of terrible decisions. Like, once a month I had to go out there with the green machine. Never again will I wrap or paint my car white. Just not doing it. Although it was a beautiful color. And a lot of people actually thought that my car was white. And that was one of the problems. It was actually a very sparkly white color. You couldn't even tell unless the flash was on it. It just looked like a flat white. I'm gonna use the old trusted Jaclyn Hill palette. So my friend and teammate Preston owns the shop that is painting the car and doing the body work and putting the body kit on and all that stuff. They've had my car for a little bit now, and it's almost completed. I had been without my car, without the E.V.O, for God, a year now. It feels like I just drove that puppy yesterday, and I haven't driven it over a year. Hopefully I don't stall my car. But if you want to make this interesting, comment down below how many times you think I'm gonna stall my car when I get it back. I personally, because I've got a kind of a heavy clutch, I am gonna go with 2. And you know what? It's probably gonna be when I first leave the shop and when I first pull into my driveway. I'm gonna be super nervous because I don't want to fuck up the body kit. So my guess is 2. If you have a guess, leave it in the comment down below. So November came, and I'm not gonna talk about the beginning of November because something very terrible happened to me, and I'm just not ready to talk about it in front of millions of people. First couple of days of November were terrible. You know, my birthday's in November, so Scorpio season. I celebrated my birthday by eating some tacos with some teammates, and that was a lot of fun. I went to LA and San Diego for Thanksgiving. I spent Thanksgiving Day with my team president in LA, and then I drove to San Diego that night. And I also, the day after Black Friday, I had Thanksgiving dinner with the VP of the team. It was kind of cool to hang out with everybody all at once, even though we're all from different cities. The food was great. I met some other teammates that had just joined within the last 6 months or so that I haven't met before. Came home for Thanksgiving, and then a week later I went to Iowa to visit my family. Mind you, I haven't seen my family since before I deployed, and I obviously didn't see all of my family because of COVID, but I did get to see my grandma, who had just beat cancer. Yay! She's 87 years old, and this woman is my freaking idol, okay? This woman is so strong. I'm honestly surprised that my grandma did chemo and radiation. It didn't affect her like I thought it was going to. Being 87, I figured, you know, the chemo and radiation would have probably killed her before the cancer did, but it didn't. I'm convinced she's not human. I'm convinced. Anyway, after she beat cancer, right before I came home, right before I came home and visited Iowa, she slips and falls and busts her knee and has to have surgery to get the fluid out of her knee. Like, grandma, slow down. It's okay. She doesn't stop. She takes care of my aunt. My dad lives with her still, so she's, you know, picking up after my dad. My dad's a grown man, but he's a truck driver, so it doesn't really make sense for him to have his own home that he's never gonna be at. And besides, he mostly lives in his semi. My aunt and my dad both live with her. My aunt is on disability, so she takes care of her, cooks all of her meals, does her laundry, helps her with whatever she needs help with. My aunt was actually in a nursing home for a while, and my grandma was able to nurse her back to health. She's put on like 40 pounds, and she was like skin and bones, so very, very, very grateful for my grandma. She's just the glue that holds the whole family together. If you have a grandma like that, leave me a story about her in the comments below. I love hearing about grandparents. So December was awesome. It was really nice to see everybody. I even saw some old friends that I hadn't seen since my wedding in 2013. I met some old high school friends of mine, met with my sister, and met her new puppy. She got a husky mix. And I got to see I stayed with my mom and my grandma on that side of the family. My mom lives with my grandma as well. I love going home and staying with my grandma because we are super early risers. Like, it's hard for me to sleep in past 7 a.m. and she always wakes up super early as well, and she always has coffee ready for me, and I actually introduced her to podcasts while I was home, and she loved it. She didn't know how to use them, but she really liked it. She doesn't really care for watching TV anymore. She said podcasts were really cool, so she might actually start listening to them. Gosh, I just love this color. The first time I used this color was in the video that I shot yesterday that, you know, everything is just trash. But this color complements my eyes so freaking well. Love it. I will say that Morphe has some of the most versatile palettes for so cheap, and the quality, I would expect it to be a little worse than it is. It's really, really good. God, it's like 3 p.m. and I haven't even eaten today. That's exhausting. Also, in December, I got promoted. Woo! So now I'm a tech sergeant in the Air Force. Let me just tell you, that could not have come at a better freaking time. I'm just creating a halo eye here today. Just something kind of sort of simple. I'm gonna put the dark colors on the outside of my eye, kind of sort of blend them in together right here, and then I'll put a shimmer shade on my lid. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. So I went ahead and added some eyeshadow under my eye. I think a lot of people underestimate how much this can bring an eye color together. Regardless, do your makeup however you want to. Don't do it because I like it. I'm gonna show you how I do my shimmer shades on my lid, and then we're gonna do mascara, setting spray, and we'll be out of here. So basically what happened is I tested out of cycle when I came back from deployment. I tested in, I want to say it was towards the end of October. They have like 60 days to tally up your scores and whatnot to see if you made the cutoff. And December came and the supplemental board came out, and my commander presented me with the certificate of promotion. So basically how it works is you get a line number, and I was shocked that my line number had already passed. So I was already promoted technically when my commander had presented me with my promotion certificate. So I had actually sewn on officially tech sergeant December 1st. So I was a tech sergeant December 1st. I don't even know if you can see this on camera, but the shade is so beautiful. It's called Smokey but Natural. Smokey but Natural. It's just a really cool shade, and I hadn't used this shade until yesterday either. I'm gonna go in, we're gonna blend that puppy out a little bit so that you can focus on the center in the light. Basically, we got dark on the outside, dark right here, dark underneath, and then we got this little bad boy of shimmer right here. And I slightly blended it in right here, but I blended it to absolute filth, so it's very hard to tell that they actually connect. We're gonna pop on some mascara. I don't do fake lashes because I haven't perfected it yet. I'm a little blessed in this department. I've never really tried to learn how to do it. I bought some fake lashes and I just never put them on. Because my top lashes are so long and curly, I actually have to put my bottom mascara on first, or else my top lashes will get the mascara into my eyeshadow. So I put my bottom lashes on first, and this is what we look like with mascara on my face. One other tip that I have is once you put your mascara on, take a black eyeliner pencil and just tight line under here. It's a super weird sensation when you first do it, but then you kind of sort of get used to it and you just like never go back. So this is before tight lining. He's back. Hi. Yes, my lab knows how to open doors. This is after tight lining. Very subtle, but it adds a little bit of dimension to your eye. And if you want, you can actually put white liner down here to make your eyes more bright. Also, if you put eye drops in your eyes and make your eyes really white, pro tip. I don't really have anything else exciting to discuss. I'm gonna do a nude lip off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and close this out for you guys. Here we go. Here's my nude lip. We are almost complete. I just have to throw on some highlight and then we are good to go. This has been really fun. If you made it this far in the video, you deserve a freaking medal. God bless you. God bless your soul. God bless your family. Whatever you have going on in your life, God bless it. When I have highlight on, don't talk to me. You can't tell me shit when I have highlight on. It just releases my inner goddess. You know what I mean? I don't even have an inner goddess, really. It's more like a little gremlin. But when I put on highlight, I can hide the gremlin, you know? Goddess, like Venus, I don't know. Just Medusa, even. this is it. This is the completed look. If you made it, thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a really long time and I cannot tell you that I'm gonna be back soon because I'm consistently inconsistent. That's just gonna be my motto for the rest of my life, I'm convinced. If you decided to watch this video, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed me chit-chatting with you while I did my makeup. If you like this format in videos, please let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below something that you enjoyed from this video or something you hope to see in the future, aka my car. If you haven't already, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Stay peachy. Bye.